अब मैं गुज़ारिश करूँगा प्रोफ़ेसर ज़ोया हसन साहिबा से। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, ज़ोया हसन साहिबा कोई तारुफ़ के मोहताज नहीं है। वो इस वक़्त जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी जेएनयू में प्रोफ़ेसर एमेरिटस है। कई किताबें लिख चुकी हैं। जामिया से जहाँ तक उनका ताल्लुक़ है, आपने कई बार सुना कि जामिया का जो तराना है, जो हमारी रिवायत का हिस्सा भी है कि कोई हमारा प्रोग्राम जामिया के तराना के बिना नहीं हो सकता, मुकम्मल नहीं हो सकता। उसके जो लिखने वाले हैं, जिन्होंने उसको लिखा, वो ज़ोया साहिबा के वालिद साहब थे, जिनका पूरा नाम मोहम्मद खलीक सिद्दीकी था। हम सब जानते हैं, लेकिन ये जो कनेक्शन है ज़ोया साहिबा और जामिया का, इससे ज़्यादा लोग वाकिफ़ नहीं हैं। इसी के साथ आपको ये भी मालूम होगा कि ज़ोया साहिबा ने 1.5 करोड़ रुपए जामिया को दिए हैं, ताकि मुशीर उल हसन एंडोमेंट एक फंड क्रिएट किया है, ताकि उस रिसर्च के काम को आगे बढ़ाया जाए, एकेडमिक एक्टिविटीज़ को आगे बढ़ाया जाए। तो ज़ोया साहिबा आज के इस प्रोग्राम की सदारत कर रही हैं। शी इज़ द चेयर ऑफ दिस इनॉग्रल इवेंट। मैं गुज़ारिश करता हूँ कि वो अपनी बात रखें। शुक्रिया।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। और शुरू ही में माफ़ी मांगना चाहेंगे कि हम ज़बान फ़िरंग में अपनी बात रखेंगे। मुझे बोलना तो चाहिए था अपनी मादरी ज़बान में, मगर माज़रत करते हैं कि अंग्रेज़ी में जो कुछ कहना है वो कहेंगे। आई एम डिलाइटेड दैट जामिया मिल्लिया इस्लामिया Alumni Association has organized this inaugural event to mark Jamia Millia's centenary. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be associated with the centenary celebrations. It is indeed an honor to be invited to speak at this meeting. As has been said before, Jamia Millia was born in the non-cooperation and Khilafat movements. It will perhaps forever be remembered in the stirring words of Jawaharlal Nehru as a lusty child of the non-cooperation days. Jamia Millia is widely acknowledged to be an exemplary institution that has lived up to a very large extent, not entirely, to its founding ideals. The completion of 100 years is a historic and proud moment for Jamia Millia, an institution of such remarkable significance, political significance, academic significance. To grow to 100 is one thing, but to do it fairly successfully and to do so well placed to continue to grow in the future is, as they say, something else. So congratulations to the present administration and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Najma Akhtar, involved in the running of the university at this moment. And as we speak, remembering the founders still looking down the corridors of those 100 years. A number of very interesting issues have been touched upon by previous speakers very effectively this evening. If I may be allowed, I'll make a few remarks to highlight my personal association with Jamia Millia, which is essentially through my family. My father, Muhammad Khaliq Siddiqui, my father-in-law, Mohibul Hassan, and my husband, Mushirul Hassan, taught in Jamia Millia. My father, who taught economics in Jamia, composed, as has been noted a number of times this evening, the Jamia's Tarana. The uniqueness of Jamia Millia, which is a melange of the national, the liberal, the secular, and the cosmopolitan, as he saw it, is beautifully reflected in the Tarana. It captures the historical and contemporary spirit of Jamia. It uses an enchanting mix of Muslim imagery with themes popular in Urdu poetry and recalls Jamia's formation in answer to the nationalist call and the passion and the quest for knowledge and freedom. My father-in-law, Professor Mohibul Hassan, as many of you know, was the founding professor of the history department, and he was incidentally the first president of the Jamia Teachers Association. My husband, of course, was the Vice Chancellor of Jamia Millia. As an institution, Jamia Millia has developed and expanded enormously over the last 4 decades. Today, it is counted among the leading universities in India. The latest National Institutional Ranking Framework, the NIRF, has already placed Jamia Millia within the top 10 of the country's universities. Several vice chancellors have played a critical part in the growth of Jamia Millia and uh, in putting it on the intellectual and international map. Anwar Jamal Qadwai, Bashiruddin Ahmad, and Shahid Mehndi played a pivotal role in the modernization and development of Jamia Millia. I don't need to remind you of the astounding work they have done in building this institution. Taking forward the excellent work of these vice chancellors, Mushir, when he was appointed vice chancellor, did everything he could to bring about far reaching changes in the university. These changes transformed the university. As a former colleague of Mushir remarked, and I quote, when he became the vice chancellor, one of the first things that he did was to pull down the walls on either side of the main road that ran through the university campus, replacing them with iron grills that afforded a view of the buildings and the grounds beyond. This immediately gave rise to a sense of space opening up where ideas could swirl around unhindered and unimpeded to intoxicate the young minds that would roam these grounds. Quote closed. This was an attempt at making Jamia Millia a cosmopolitan space that could confidently look at the world. This eclecticism and cosmopolitanism is evident from the naming of the buildings in this university, which stands in contrast to practices in other universities. The Noam Chomsky complex, the Castro Cafe, the Edward Said Hall, and the Dayar Emir Taqimir Hall are examples of this eclecticism. Over the last 2 decades, Jamia has witnessed profound changes. And I can see that as an outsider because I've never been a student in Jamia. I never taught in Jamia. But as I said, I've had a long and enduring association with this institution. And I've seen the transformation of Jamia, the profound changes which have contributed to making it one of the foremost institutions of higher learning today. This has happened, as was noted by Professor Gopinath and also by other speakers, by extending Jamia Millia's disciplinary range, by diversifying academic work through opening new faculties, overhaul of its buildings and ambience. This was obvious in the many centers of study and the new courses of study and faculties that have been established over the past couple of decades. Transforming an institution of higher learning into centers of excellence is a key challenge that Jamia's policymakers and faculty, to a large extent, have taken on with a fair measure of success. And I think the notable thing, and that has come through in the eloquent speeches that we've just heard today, I think the notable thing is that through all this enormous and profound institutional change, Jamia has experienced in the last few decades, it has retained its distinctive identity, which I think is in itself very significant. Now, the endowment fund has been mentioned. If I might just take a couple of minutes to mention this, largely because I think Mushir was especially keen on promoting and supporting research in various aspects of modern Indian history, society, culture, and politics. As a tribute to his intellectual and institution building work, an endowment has been established in Jamia Millia on 15th August of this year, which also happens to be Mushir's birthday, to commemorate his life and labor. The idea of the Mushir ul Hasan Endowment is to focus on the study of India's modern history and to encourage and support young academics who are interested in pursuing research and writing and publishing their doctoral work on topics related to India before and after independence. The endowment will offer postdoctoral fellowships and MA scholarships in the humanities and social sciences, in addition to supporting an annual seminar on any theme related to the contemporary history of India. I do hope that the endowment established in Jamia centenary year will promote academic excellence and critical scholarship in various aspects of our contemporary society and our evolving history, politics, and economy. Higher education has a special importance because of the difference it can make by developing new models and standards for other institutions in society and by inculcating in its students the skills of critical thinking underpinned by a strong grasp of moral reasoning, social commitment, and respect for others. While our world is changing at a rate unprecedented in human history, it is not all positive. Negative changes are numerous, disrupting societies as evidenced by the rise of extremism and right wing ideologies and uh, uh, right wing politics that we see in so many parts of the world today, including in our own. Positive changes require strong institutions at all levels of society, and academic institutional development requires enlightened, progressive models of education, and Jamia Millia can offer, and in a sense does offer, one such model which combines education and I'd like to think progressive ideas in ways that we can respect and emulate. As members of the larger Jamia community, we are all indebted, and well, some of you literally, as alumni, are indebted to this institution because it has afforded opportunities, knowledge, and new ways of thinking that form a part of your identity. As Jamia completes 100 years, let us also remember the historic role of this institution in the interpretation and transmission of the great humanistic traditions of our freedom struggle. The liberal, secular, tolerant, and eclectic spirit that Jamia represents must not be allowed to go away. Despite the challenges that public universities are currently facing at this very difficult moment in our history, universities remain the principal pillars of critical thought and resistance, as we have witnessed in the past 5 to 6 years. Jamia is emblematic of that vital space of critical thought and resistance, and this has come to the forefront, as has been noted by previous speakers in the past couple of years, and especially in 2020. I'll end with two lines from the English translation of the Jamia Tarana, which sums up the effervescent spirit and dynamism of this institution. This is the land of my hopes. This is the land of my dreams. Ceaseless movement is our faith, and blasphemy it is to stay still. Thank you very much.